MFRS 8 is equivalent to the IFRS 8 and it was issued by the Malaysian Accounting Standard Board. The main objective of MFRS 8 is to provide users of financial statement with a clearer understanding of how different parts of the business perform and how they contribute to the company's overall result. Under this standard, companies must disclose information about their operating segment. An operating segment is basically a component of a company that earns revenue, incurs expenses, and is regularly reviewed by top management, known as Chief Operating Decision Maker or CODM. The information that needs to be disclosed includes segment revenue, profit or loss, asset, liability, and even details about geographical areas or major customers. One key feature of FFRS 8 is the management of push. This means that the information presented to the public is based on the same internal report used by management. Overall, MFRS 8 makes financial report more easy to understand by showing a clearer view of how each part of the company is doing.
I'll be explaining about CODM, which stands for Chief of Decision Making. In simple words, CODM is the main person in the organizations who makes the key operating decisions. They are the ones who review important information, decide on strategies, and also guide how the business should move forward. So, CODM is not just a title, it refers to who actually makes the most important decision in the company. So what is the role of CODM? The CODM has very important role in the company. They review the performance of different departments in the business, and based on that information, they decide how resources should be allocated. For example, they may decide which segment deserves a higher budget, which area needs improvement, or what strategy the company should focus on next. Basically, their decisions have a direct impact on the company's operation and also overall performance. One thing to understand is that the CODM is not always a single individual. In some organizations, the CODM can be a group, such as the board of directors, the executive committee, or a management team. What matters is not the job title, but the responsibility. Whoever performs the function of reviewing performance and making the key operating decision is considered as CODM. For our group, we choose Padini Holdings Berhad and also Hartalaga Holdings Berhad. For Padini, the CODM is basically their top management team, which includes Mr. Yong Pan Chong, which is the managing director and also the executive directors of the company. For Hartalaga, the CODM is mainly Mr. Kwan Kam Hon, which is the executive chairman, and also Mr. Kwan Moon Leong, which is CEO of the company. They are responsible for deciding the company's strategy, reviewing glove production performance, and also making big decisions like improving production lines or expanding to the new markets.
The first type of segment report is the business segment. It's referred to distinguishable component of company that provide a specific product or service or group of related one and face different risks and return compared to other segments. For example, Padini Holding Berhad operate in several business segments such as investment holding, apparel and footwear, and management service. When identifying business segment, we consider factors like the nature of the product or service, the production process, and the type of customer. Now, let's look at the snippet from Padini report. For the apparel and footwear segment, Padini recorded revenue of about 1,822,129 ringgit in 2023, which is increased to around 1,980,847 ringgit Malaysia in 2024, showing a growth of roughly 97,000 ringgit. This indicates steady performance in its main business activity. The second type is segment report is the geographic segment. It refers to a component of an entity that provides product or service within a particular economic environment, which has different risks and return compared to other regions. This type of report is useful when a company operates in multiple countries or regions. From the report, Malaysia contribute the highest revenue is 1,763,741 ringgit in 2023, increasing to 1,853,506 ringgit in 2024, a growth of nearly 90,000 ringgit. This shows that the Padini main market remains within Malaysia, though it continues to grow steadily. For reporting purpose, a segment is reportable if it meets at least one the follow 10% threshold. revenue 3% or more of total combined revenue, profit or loss 10% or more of total profit or loss, or asset 10% or more of total asset. Segments that do not meet these criteria are grouped and disclosed under all other segments.
I'm going to explain about the benefit segmental report. The first one is a better performance evaluation, where the segmental report allows a company to clearly see how each business segment is performing well. By separating the result of each segment, management can identify which segments are profitable and which one is still facing issues. This helps the company focus on improving weaker areas and maintain the performance of stronger segments. The second benefit is improved decision making, where the financial information is reported by any segment. Management can get more accurate and detailed data so that they can make a smarter decision, such as where to invest more, which product to expand, or which areas need a cost control. So overall of this, it leads to better planning and more effective use of company resources. So let me explain about the MFRS 134. MFRS 134 is a Malaysian financial reporting standard that provides guidelines for interim financial reporting. Interim reports are financial statements prepared for a period shorter than a full financial year, such as a quarterly or half-year reports. The main purpose of MFRS 134 is to make sure the companies provide timely and more reliable financial information throughout the year. This helps users, such as management, to make a better decision without waiting until the year end. An interim financial report can take the form of either a complete set of financial statements or a condensed version that highlights only the key figures and essential information during the reporting period. Other than that, the standard outline specifies minimum content that must be included in the report, such as condensed financial statements, selected explanatory notes about changes in their financial performance. Lastly, MFRS 134 is important because it improves transparency, keeps financial information up to date, and helps the user to understand the company performance throughout the year.
In general, there are several types of events and transactions that can affect a company's financial position and performance. These include changes in market price or production costs, restructuring activities, and acquisition or disposal of assets. Such events may influence the company's revenue, expenses, and liabilities. For example, one common factor is the increase in raw material and energy costs. When the cost of inputs such as raw material or electricity rise, a company's production expenses will also increase. This reduces the company's gross profit margin and may lower its overall profitability unless selling prices are adjusted accordingly. Another example of a significant event is restructuring and downsizing of operation. This often occurs when a company decides to close certain facilities to improve efficiency. Although restructuring may reduce costs in the long run, can cause temporary loss through impairment of asset and employee compensation, which will appear in the company's income statement for that period. Relating this to Harta Leica Holding Berhad, the company experienced both of these situations. During its interim period, Harta Leica faced an increase in raw material and natural gas costs, which raised its production expenses and reduced profit margin. At the same time, the company implemented restructuring plan by closing its older Bestari Jaya factory to make its operation more efficient. Production was moved to the newer NGC complex. This change caused some one-time costs, but it is expected to help the company work more efficiently and stay competitive in the long run. Overall, this example shows how various events and transactions can influence a company's short-term financial result as well as its future growth prospect.
Interim reporting periods. Interim period refers to financial reporting period that is shorter than a full fiscal year. It is usually prepared every quarter, 3 months, to give early insight on a company's performance before the year end. Comparative period refers to same period in the prior year that is used as benchmark to compare current result. It helps to identify trends, improvements, or declines by showing how performance has changed over time. For the statement of financial position, Padini shows the financial position as at the end of each quarter, which means the dates are 30th September, 31st December, 31st March, and also 30 June. The comparative figure they use is usually the previous 30th June, represent the last audited financial year end. For this statement of profit or loss, Padini reports the profit or loss for each quarter. So the periods are 1st July to 30th September, 1st October to 31st December, 1st January to 31st March, and also 1st April to 30th June. The comparative period shows the performance from 1 July up to that same quarter in the previous year to help measure growth and decline. And for Sochi and statement of cash flow, this statement reports changes starting from 1 July until the end of the current quarter. For comparison, they use the full period from 1 July to 30th June of the previous year.